Hello everyone, this is Fazana for Fazana's Law, and in today's video I'll be sharing with you all a very exciting topic, which is how to pass criminal litigation in the legal practice course. So if you're interested to find out all the tips and tricks I'm going to be sharing with you all today related to that particular module in the legal practice course, then please keep watching this video till the end. But if you have watched all of the previous videos that I made related to this kind of series that has been going on in the past few weeks, and the reason why, as I said before, why I'm doing these videos is because I feel like that every student who does this particular postgraduate degree should have or should get as much as help as possible from someone who has already probably passed all the modules and somebody who has previously done this. So it's very important that I share all my tips and tricks with you guys, because I am not the type of a person who likes to keep these things secret, and one part of my mind was saying that I should make this as paid courses, these videos that I've been sharing with you all in the past few weeks related to the legal practice course, but I just didn't feel like that was the right thing to do, and I just wanted to make these videos for free, because I believe that if I possessed these videos and I got these videos for free, if I was a student right now and I received these videos, I will be so happy and I will be so grateful. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve with you guys watching these videos. And thank you so much to every single one of you who has been watching my videos related to this particular series. This playlist has been blowing up, and it shows also how much help is needed on passing all these modules that are really extremely hard. I cannot tell you, and I completely empathize with anyone and everyone who is going through this degree that is particularly challenging, especially if you have not done a law degree beforehand. So I completely understand with you. And now let's get started with the tips related to criminal litigation in the legal practice course. So I'm now going to be starting off first of all with 6 knowledge-based tips, or understanding tips, or the tips that you should be using when you're revising for the criminal litigation exam. So the first tip that I'll be giving you all is making sure that you understand the fact that the criminal litigation is a very important part of the whole entire litigation module in the legal practice course. And if you fail this part, then you fail both the civil litigation and the criminal litigation. And if you fail civil litigation, then it goes the same way as well. So it's very important that you understand the fact that if you fail one of the exams related to litigation, then you're going to fail the entire exam. So make sure that you put your best effort as much as possible when it comes to criminal litigation as well. And even though it's a quote-unquote short exam, it's very important that you score the highest number of marks as much as possible to boost your chances of actually passing the entire litigation module. The next tip that I'll be giving you all, or the second tip, is making sure that you gather as many resources as possible related to criminal litigation. This is very important, and it's something that you should be doing for both civil and criminal litigation, because I feel like that if you gather all the resources as properly as possible and you keep it organized from day one, it's going to be very easy for you, and also it's going to be making sure that you're not leaving any gaps in understanding the topics or any kind of workshops. And as I said before, if you have not ever attended a particular workshop in the legal practice course, then please do ask your teachers for notes and what to expect, or if they can give you a kind of like a summary, or they can even teach you in the office hours, or ask your peers to tell you what they have learned in that workshop. So that will really help you, hopefully. The third tip that I'll be giving you all is making sure that you are kind of predicting what might come up in the real exam depending on what you see on the mock. This is very important. I cannot stress enough how important this is and why it is so important to prioritize the mock as much as possible, because that gives you kind of like a guidance of what might come up and what might not come up. So make sure that you of course attempt the mock, and that will be one of the tips later on, but make sure that you can predict the exam. And what are some of the things that you see in the workshops that the tutors are actually prioritizing a lot or discussing a lot? That gives again sometimes a tip that that thing might come up in the exam, because a teacher will not be talking about something that is not of no use, or it might not come up in the exam, because at the end of the day at university, university tutors are the people who are basically creating the work, and they're creating the workshop, they're creating the exam, and they're also going to be marking the exam as well. So it's very important that you do that and predict what might come up in the exam. But as I said, be prepared to to be confident in every single topic that is out there in the criminal litigation. Don't just think that, yeah, because this topic didn't come up in the mock, I'm definitely not going to learn this. Don't do that, because anything can come up. But just a head start to make you feel a bit more prepared. Just predict what might come up in the exam, but be prepared to take everything and understand everything, and anything can come up. So the fourth tip that I'll be giving you all is making sure that you understand the fact that the module, lectures, tutorials, the multiple choice questions, and the workshops are more than enough for you to pass the exam. If you have all these resources and you have put them really nicely in the folder, and you understand everything that has come up so far in the criminal litigation, then you're most likely to pass. There's no reason why you should not be passing criminal litigation, because again, it's a very short exam, and also it is much less dense when it comes to civil litigation. So it's very important that you understand that the module lectures, quizzes, MCQs, and the workshops are more than enough sometimes for you to pass the criminal litigation. So as long as you have those things really put, and it's well organized, and it's index based, so you know exactly what's what has come up and everything, then you should be more than enough to be able to pass this exam. The fifth tip that I'll be giving you all is making sure that it is the most important one, which is attempt the mock and get feedback. This is very important. I can't stress enough all the videos that I've ever made related to a legal practice course, how many times I've repeated this, because, and the reason why I repeat in every single video is because it's so important. This is the reason why I have essentially decided to make sure that I'm going to give it. I'm going to I have passed, basically. So it's very, very important. I passed this particular exam because of this. I have attended the mock, I've seen the feedback, I did not like it, I know exactly what I got and where I went wrong, and I applied that knowledge and feedback into my real exam. This is the reason why I tell you guys to do this, not because it's a very fancy tip or anything like that. It's just because it is a really good tip for you to boost your chances of passing the exam. And the last tip, when it comes to the knowledge-based tips or understanding tips or tips for revision for criminal litigation, is making sure that you're understanding the fact that you can ask your teachers anytime, anything, well before the exam if you don't understand something. So I feel like university students should take this opportunity as much as possible, because first of all, you are paying tuition fees to be in this degree, and especially the postgraduate degree is much more dense, and is much more the fees are higher. So it's very important that you can take advantage of this and ask your teachers as many questions as possible, whether that might be through email or face-to-face, or post a workshop tutorial, whatever that might be. Please make sure that you're asking your teachers if you don't understand something. I cannot stress enough how important this is. After attempting the mock tip, this is probably the most important one. So it's very important that you are taking advantage of this system and these teachers who are paid to teach you. Now we're moving on to, I think, 4 organization and exam tips that you should definitely be following when it comes to criminal litigation. So the first things first, is very, very important that you sink this in, the fact that you have very, very, very limited time when it comes to criminal litigation. So please do use it wisely, and always check the time of how much you have left when it comes to criminal litigation when you're sitting on that. It's very important, because if you misplace everything and you don't know where everything is going, and you don't know how to do anything, or you don't know which question to answer first, it's very important that you do this well before, and you're prepared to actually use your time very wisely, because it's going to be very, very limited. It's going to feel like it's gone. It's only 1 hour 10 minutes, so I highly recommend for you to use every single minute really wisely. If you don't know a question and you don't know how to answer a question, then please move on to the next one. Don't please stay stuck and waste your 1 hour 10 minutes on that question, because you can always come back to it later. So that will be the first tip when it comes to criminal litigation exam tip. The second tip that I'll be giving you all is making sure that you are focusing most of the time in the exam on the longer question, or the question with the highest number of marks first. But please also do not ignore multiple choice questions and the short answer questions, because those carry a lot of the marks sometimes. And it's very tempting for you to spend a lot of time, of course, on the longer question and hoping that you will pass. But sometimes multiple choice questions are deliberately made hard, especially in these short kind of exams, short time limit exams, because they want to trick you. So it's very important that you're focusing, of course, on the longer question, but also please do not ignore multiple choice or the short answer questions, thinking that, yeah, I'm going to do this later or maybe 10 minutes before the exam ends, because you don't know what is about to come up. So it's very important that you are not ignoring the multiple choice questions as well, even though it's only 3 questions, I believe. The third tip that I will be giving you all in terms of the criminal litigation exam is making sure that you're always putting the formative or the mock paper at the front of the folder for easy access in case similar questions come up. I think this is a golden tip when it comes to, and I've not put this in any other video, so I should have put it for all the videos, but I didn't, because I think that's what I've done in my criminal litigation exam, and that was so helpful. Always put the mock at the front of the folder that you're taking with you in the exam, with all the notes and everything, and in case if any similar questions come up, then you can always use that mock, get it out and use it really wisely. So that will be the third tip. When it comes to the last tip, when it comes to exam tip of the criminal litigation, is making sure that you're not discussing your answers with anyone after the exam. The reason why I say this is because, first of all, as I mentioned in one of the previous videos, is that it's just going to make you nervous for no reason, because first of all, you cannot control your answer anymore, you cannot change your answer, and second of all, it's just useless talk with everyone. And of course you can say that, oh yeah, it went fine or it went okay and stuff, but please do not discuss your answers with every detail of your answer with anyone, because there's no point anymore. You just came out of the exam, you just want to go and relax, honestly. So, and nobody wants to talk about the exam, honestly, and how stressful it was or how good it was, because if you hear somebody says, oh yeah, it went amazing, you're gonna feel bad because it might not have been that amazing for you, and vice versa. Or if it was really bad but you thought maybe suddenly you remember something was wrong or something, or you might think an answer was supposed to be this instead of that, so it's gonna just cause a lot of confusion for no reason, and you just want to go home at that point. And yeah, that will be my last tip. But again, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, then please do like, share and subscribe, because I make these kind of videos on a weekly basis. Next week will be the last video when it comes to the core modules, semester 1 of the legal practice course, which is the PCR. PCR again is another exam that it can be a bit complicated, but it's not as much, but I can definitely make a video on that, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you really guys enjoyed this video, and then please do like, share and subscribe, as I mentioned before. And I'm so grateful to every single one of you who watches these videos, because it makes my day to see that somebody has, you know, really helped from one of my videos. And especially the legal practice course ones have been getting a lot of love, and I'm really grateful to God for that. And yeah, that's all I have to say, and I'll see you guys in my next week's video.